I feel like my ideal friends with benefits is just somebody that makes sure, like, you know, we got healthy boundaries, but also we enjoy the sex together. Like, we can hang out, chit chat, you know, maybe just watch TV every once in a while, catch a movie or some shit. Not on no relationship shit, just we hanging out.
Definitely willingness to try different things, because I think that's one of the biggest parts of friends with benefits, is like trying things you probably wouldn't try in a regular relationship, or trying new things just in general.
Y'all both on the same page, but y'all just on the same trait. That's it. Y'all just know.
Open-minded. Communicative.
Because if someone is catching feelings, you should be able to like talk about that. Communication is key.
When I was a kid, I did want to get married and have a wife and kids and live in a house. White picket fence, not necessarily white, you know.
When I was younger, I saw marriage as a sort of declaration of love. And then the older I got, in a way, I still see it as that. But like, the way we do it, it's all just so complicated. The way that money's involved and the government is. And it just seems like a lot of more of a business deal rather than something done out of pure, genuine love. It means taking on somebody's debts, their health, their insurance, like whatever's going on in their life. Y'all are really connected, and your every decision sort of falls into each other.
I always was the person like, I don't want kids, I don't want marriage, like I don't need a piece of paper to define my love for someone. Like, you know, if my dad's gonna pay for my wedding, he can just pay for me to travel with the person I love. Like, I don't need a party and a celebration.
My definition of marriage at first was like some fairy tale shit. Like, oh, you guys are gonna be, we're gonna be together forever, no issues, no problem, just live a nice, happy married life.
Okay, when I was younger, I definitely wanted to have that fairy tale wedding. Like, oh, I'm gonna have my high school sweetheart, we're going to be together forever, we're gonna fall in love, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have kids.
See, two people who loved each other. I thought you had to get married like by the age of 25 or something, like, and you know, wife stays home, husband goes work, and yeah.
Marriage, I feel like has changed a lot in terms of its meaning. I feel like people are starting to no longer look at the financial value of marriage, but now the emotional connection when it comes to marrying someone. Because for me, I don't give a damn if I have a luxurious big wedding at this point, especially with COVID. Kind of took away that aspect.
I want to get married, but more so in a spiritual way, where it's like, I love you and you love me, and I would like for us to meet again in another lifetime.
My definition of a marriage now is just two people who love each other, want to spend the rest of their life together, like more like life partners. Like, there's no roles. We don't have any specific roles. Our role is just to love each other, be there for each other, and make it work for us. Like, complete understanding. I love marriage. Now, I kind of like the option to do what I do, you know, not necessarily be tied down all the time, and you know, still want kids, but you know, life happens.
Maybe it's a validation thing, but I don't care, you could judge me on that. But I do want someone to ask me to marry them, and to know that that person wants to commit being with me for the rest of their lives. And I don't know, I like that old-fashioned stuff where it's like, you know, I have a husband and have kids and the whole American dream thing.
I never wanted to get married. I never believed in marriage. My parents aren't married, but like, my parents weren't ever married. My mom has a husband now. But like, I never looked at it as like, oh, like, if I find someone, like, I need to hold on to them and put a ring on their finger and we need to go down to like the fucking courthouse and get married and have the ceremony and that's how I'm gonna be happy. I never thought it was important. Like, you know, I never felt like I needed somebody else besides myself in my life in order to create a structure or in order to have a family or anything. I felt like all you need is yourself at the end of the day.
Honestly, I feel like if I could just get along with somebody, that'd be great. I want to say people my age nowadays, I feel like we're trying to bring back like homes and families and being having a mom and dad in every, like, you know, family hold, because like, you know, a lot of us didn't grow up with dads, and I feel like the guys that I grew up with are really trying to like build families and be part of their children's lives.
Now my definition of marriage is just like, okay, when I look at marriage, I feel like I'm not gonna just marry someone because I love them. I'm gonna marry them for like stability, and we both got to be stable. We both got to be bringing something to the table. Besides love, like, it comes with more than just love in a marriage.
Now it's just like, can we work and, you know, check all those boxes?
I don't think I want marriage anytime soon. Like, it's gonna take a lot of years of me being with somebody to even get married to the person. Why? Because I don't believe in divorce. Marriage is just a piece of paper. You know, it's all about the relationship and the union that you have with the other person that defines what your marriage is. Like, I think I could be married to someone without being married.
Ooh, girl, I have no idea how to make friends in 2021, because the ones I had, they just making it difficult, girl.
Girls make friends the same way I make friends, through other girls that they know and are comfortable with, or through work, or because I assume niggas don't slide in DMs to be friends for the most part.
Dating apps. Like, I've made a couple friends through dating apps this past year, actually.
Tinder and Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you look at somebody's story, you send them, oh damn bitch, you look good. You know, oh my god, we have so much in common. And then y'all hang out and y'all be cool for a minute, and then you be like, damn, this bitch mad fake.
I be making friends on the dating apps, like Tiami, her, on Snapchat, sometimes reconnecting with old friends on Facebook, sometimes having mutual friends with people on Facebook. I'm making friends a lot of different ways. Sometimes meeting people, like, randomly.
I don't know. I actually hit up friends from childhood, and you see if they are actually what you can appreciate, what you didn't know you had before. So I was like, oh my god, you guys hang out still? Let's hang out. And then you guys realize why you were friends in the first place, and then it was all great.
Since I don't really want to make my coworkers my friends, and it's not like I'm in school right now, I mostly use social media and just like find people that have similar interests to me. You know, writers, artists, creative people, free thinkers, and just whoever happens to hit me up or I'll hit them up. Just people that I feel like I admire in a way or want to learn from.
I feel like it's girls make friends so easy. Like, oh my god, you bought that at Sephora? Oh my god, yes, hi. And then that's it. And then they're doing each other's makeup. Then they backstab each other, and then they move on to the next friend.
I realized that a lot of the things people do is just to see how many people fuck with them, and I don't fuck with that. So like, because I'm a genuine person, and like when I'm looking to befriend you, I really mean that shit. Like, I want to know who you are as a person and how we can connect and which ways we can learn and grow from one another. So I would say that you really don't make friends in 2021. You just align with them through events and through social gatherings. For me, that is.
I think girls make friends at like parties. I feel like it's easy for girls to make friends. Like, I feel like they just be like,
oh girl, your top is cute.
And it's like,
oh my gosh, you like my top? I like yours too. What's your Instagram? Let's hang out tomorrow on the next day. Talk about our niggas.
it's like, and then it's like, boom, friendship.
I think it's really hard. I know there's like apps and things like that you can make friends, but personally, I have social anxiety and I'm very awkward. I actually met one of my best friends. Like, we haven't even known each other for a year yet. And she became my best friend because we work together and we literally are the same. Actually, I think for females it has become easier to make friends because I think there's been, you know, this wave of females supporting females lately, and I love that. And I feel like it's easier to reach out to another female on Instagram and meet up with them and be cool with them and things like that. So it's like, you know.
The only way I make friends is online now, like through tag when I stream, and it'll be a miracle if they even get my Instagram to start talking to me or something. But really, we start becoming friends because we start talking about life shit, you know. And I'm a very spiritual person, so if you could tune into my crazy and accept my craziness, then we could rock out together.
What Drake say? No new friends. No new friends. Cause honey, I don't make new friends. I don't make friends. I have a solid 3 friends I have, and just me and friends just don't mix cause bitches ain't shit.
Reach out and spend time, or not even spend the time, but like dedicate some time to make, you know, another person feel special.
And I think a lot of people forget about like communication and honesty, and like actually making sure that you're choosing friends that you have stuff in common with, that you can get along with. I feel like people be like choosing like these half-ass friends, or they be half-ass friends, and they fall out with people because they don't communicate well, like they just do dumb shit until someone's so fed up with them that they're like, I don't even want to talk to this person ever again. It always blows up. I'm not one of them bitches. I've never had a falling out with somebody, but people should be happy they never had a falling out with me, because bitch, I'll hit you.
I don't think girls keep friendships alive. I feel like they just try. I think it's just like, I feel like a lot of girls, are you guys really friends, or you just want people to look cute with you to go out and post on the gram? Like, I don't know. Like, compliment each other a lot.
I feel like it's just consistently loving each other. Like, the only way to really be a friend is to show that genuine kindness and support. I feel like people reserve that sort of like, I guess, kindness and giving for like romantic relationships, but a friendship is still a relationship in a way. It's something that, you know, has to be nurtured and watered, but you guys can still take, you know, time apart without it becoming, you know, negative. You can still love each other from a distance.
That's what Snapchat is for. Snapchat is for those old friendships that you have all these videos of, and then when you go in through your memories, you see them, and then you send it back, and then you say, "Lol, look at us," and they're just like, "Oh my god, I miss you," and then they're like, "When do you want to hang out?" That's exactly what happens, you know what I mean? We hang out on a FaceTime call.
Girls keep our relationship alive by acting like each other's niggas. So like, take each other on dates and text all the time and FaceTime each other, and like, you know, just having a real relationship, but also like stepping each other's toes.
I keep my friendships alive by supporting them. I feel like all your friends are different and require different types of support, and, you know, being their friend, you gotta be there for them. Sending memes also keeps the friendship going strong.
As someone that's had to cut off friends and been cut off by friends, I feel like the best way to go about it is a conversation. I feel like when the other person doesn't know that they've been cut off, it gets real volatile and toxic, instead of us just saying, okay, let's go our separate ways. It ended really explosively. Don't be a pussy. Talk about it and say, listen, either we're gonna continue this and this is how we fix it, or we're gonna go our separate ways and this be it. And let that be that.
Listen, I just cut one off. Yo, I cut off friends. So first I tested out a little bit, right? Because I already peeped that they're being funny, but I'm like, let me keep trying to talk to you just to feel it out. So I give it a couple times, and then I get the dry answers, and it's like, all right, now I feel better. Cut off. I ain't hitting you up no more. I ain't reaching out to you no more. I might say happy birthday, just keep it cordial, which I did. I said happy birthday to her. And yeah, like, what can you do? Friends come and go.
Being transparent about why. In the past, I was more so on like, I don't have to say shit to you. I'm gonna just cut you off like that because I got it like that. But no, that's immature. And it's not holding yourself accountable, and it's not holding the other person accountable, because here's the gag. When you make an effort to cut someone off and to tell them why, you give that person a chance to prove themselves as to why they're making the mistakes they're making. It's bad juju and bad karma when you just like, get out of my life. And you don't give anyone an explanation, because the tables turn, honey, and when they do, they will. So I would say, yeah, cutting people off, like you have to utilize your throat chakra.
I just don't talk to them no more. Sometimes I'll be like, I don't fuck with you. Like I'll tell them. Like, communication is big. I'm a person that's always like, communication is big, but I'll also just not talk to your ass. I'd be like,
Fuck you, B.
and just leave it be. I'd be going ghost, like Danny Phantom, like.
You explain to them why you don't want to be friends with them anymore, and if they don't understand that and try to help you or your situation, like if you want to be friends with me, you'll be friends with me. So if I ask or explain why I feel some type of way, you should like contribute to our friendship.
For me, cutting off friends is a really hard thing to do because I'm very loyal and I always give people the benefit of the doubt. And my sister says that's one of my worst traits because I'm always so quick to forgive people. So cutting off friends is hard for me. I think it's easiest when they cut me off because then it's not my fault, it's their fault, and I can't do anything about it. So personally, I have a hard time cutting friends off.
There's really only two options. You can either sit them down and be like, hey, I value your friendship, but I don't think it's working anymore. Or you could vanish and never speak to them again, which, you know, the ghosting option is a very liable one, you know, it works. See ya.
I think girls cut off their friends like pretty harsh. Like they like go out with a bang. They be like,
Girl, I never liked you anyway. Your hair was always crusty. Like, ew, you made me cringe for these 3 years. I don't like you anymore.
I'm like, damn, could have just went ghost. Oh, I mean, they go ghost sometimes too. They just block you and everything, write the subs on the Twitter. And then, yeah, that's how you figure out they're not friends no more. You see them subbing each other. It's like, oh, wow.
Me and my girls, we talk it out. We don't argue. I don't think when you reach a point in your life, arguing isn't a thing. You communicate. We don't argue. I don't argue with my friends. I communicate with them. And so I meet them with grace and I say, hey, I don't know what you meant when you said that, but this is what I meant when I said what I said to you, and if it was misunderstood, my apologies. And then we work our way. We work our way into whatever needs to be resolved.
Girls resolve arguments by talking about it, or being petty about it, or just moving on.
This is gonna sound so bad. I feel like girls just don't communicate. I feel like they just push it to the side. Like they semi-talk about it, but they don't get in depth because I feel like there's like, they assume girl code. It's like, okay, girl code, she'll understand after I tell her I didn't like it because she knows the girl code. And then after that, it's like, okay, we resolved it. Like, we can talk a little bit. Like, obviously, I feel like they have conversations, but I don't feel like it goes, it's like surface level.
I don't think that you should be in an argument with your friends, period. I don't argue with my friends. It's not even that I'm not confrontational. I don't like confrontation. I'm not that bitch. I love confrontation. I'll beat your ass. Like, I think that people forget that like communication actually is key and that like they need to talk about their feelings. I think people hold too much shit in and then wait until like it builds up so much and they explode. So like you need to talk to your friends.
Only 33% of women said they pursue a relationship with a friend's ex-boyfriend. Is it ever okay to date your friend's ex?
No, not at all. It needs to not happen. I don't understand why it happens, but it needs to no.
That's absolutely a no, because I'm not about to have your leftovers and you're not about to have my leftovers, so no.
I would never date any of my friends' exes. I'm just gonna throw it out there before. I'm not gonna go any further into that because I wouldn't do that, and I know myself that so much so that I wouldn't do that. However, you can't control anyone but yourself. There's someone out there for everyone, and maybe, just maybe, they are for each other. I have to let them figure that out together. I can't control anybody but myself. So if that action makes me spiral, there's something within me that I need to heal. Just keep that shit away from me, okay? Keep all that fuck shit out the way.
No. Big no. I'm sorry. I was never dating an ex. And if you're dating my ex, we're not friends. That's unacceptable. If he didn't work for me, what makes you think he's gonna work for you? I mean, I don't know, but
I feel like this really only works for polyamorous people. Dating your friend's exes is a really bad and toxic idea. I feel like even though we were we know we were raised with certain types of jealousy and possessiveness in us. Why even bring up the conflict? If you care about that friend, just don't fuck with the ex. Unless y'all are poly and y'all got that type of agreement, you know, understanding and openness, go for it. That's y'all. Do what you gonna do. But if you're not, you know better.
I think girls is like, that's a no-go. I feel like even if the girl talked to the guy for 2 seconds and it was like, nah, I don't like him, and her friend starts talking to him, she's going to blow up. Like, there goes the subs on Twitter again. Like, she's talking to my man. Y'all just said hi to each other. You found out his zodiac sign, you didn't like him no more. Like, I'm confused, but I guess I get it.
I don't have any exes. So it's, in my case, it would be niggas that I fucked in the past. I don't want my friends to date niggas that I fucked in the past, okay? Cause it's weird. Like, why have I seen your boyfriend's dick, bro? Like, that's a little cringe, right? Like, I've given your man some sloppy toppy, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I just shouldn't have never, like, you shouldn't be dating someone that I've seen their penis. I feel like it's really awkward. Like, I don't forget anything. I have a very intense memory, so I'm gonna remember that I've seen that man's penis. I know if he's circumcised or uncircumcised, babe. Do you want that? Like, do you want that on your mind? Like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, if you really love him, like, go ahead, babe. Go ahead, because I don't have no ties to that man. I feel bad for you, because he's had this pussy. Like, yikes. You'll never compete. I'm just kidding. But I wouldn't do that to you.
I feel like everyone tries that if they feel like that person is worth it. Or if they feel entitled to think like, I knew this person before you or something like that. But for the most part, I would say they do try that.
I don't know, I feel like it just depends the situation. Like, is it an ex that like I was with for a long time, then yes, it's like, that's a little bit weird. I would feel weird being around them and you, and I don't feel comfortable with that. If that's something you want to do, then you should reevaluate our friendship and see if that's something that you want to put on the line. I'm not going to stop you from doing what you want to do, but just know it's going to upset me. Personally, if it was someone that I don't feel like I was in love with, I think I wouldn't be that hurt about it, especially if I've moved on. I think Boston is too small to, you know, kind of call dibs on people these days.
I think it's fine. You know why I think it's fine? Because first there has to be some time between that time when your friend was with that person. If you're dating them or talking to them or fucking with them like 2 weeks after, then you're fucked up. But if it's been like 2 to 3 year lapse, like, I don't think there's a problem. But I'm speaking from like, as someone who's done this before. I don't talk to this person anymore. I am cordial with them. I can like talk to them, but you know, like your old man hit me up, thank you. So yeah, I think it really is just all about like how you want to go about it. If you're down for that risk and possible whatever comes after it, then why not?
That's a little gray area, because depending on how significant that ex is, if you really understand and if you're really my good friend, you would be in that area and you would know, like, I've seen them together and I see why they can't work together. And if you feel like you can do better than your friend, then you gotta just talk to your friend beforehand. Don't just like sneaky link it and then realize it's a friend with benefit and then y'all are together. Like, there's steps to it. At the end of the day, if I was like, bitch, I love this man and I don't understand why he don't want to be with me, it's because of you. I would be heated. And you aren't my friend, you're a snake. If you are married to somebody and you die, right? But they end up marrying your best friend. At the end of the day, at least it's somebody you know that's showing them love and a good person, because it wouldn't be your best friend for no reason, right? And you guys are, well, they are also together mourning you, so they got each other and your memory alive in their sense. So I think if it's not my best friend, I don't know, date whoever, but you know, you're gonna find love in a hopeless place.
If they're like friends of a friend, friend. Gotta do what you gotta do.
What if I just... No. No. Well, no. No.
Insecurity. Snooping comes from insecurity. You want to know what's going on because you want to have like control over the situation. You want to know whether or not you look stupid. So, you know, you gotta check and make sure like everything's in order according to how you feel like it should be.
Mind your business. Do you pay my phone bill? No. If you don't trust your nigga, break up with that nigga expeditiously.
I don't know, like sometimes you got to know.
Nobody likes to be deceived. I feel like it's really easy to like be deceived, and niggas be sneaky, niggas be hiding mad shit. A lot of them don't respect their girlfriends. It's not even necessarily that you don't trust the person that you're with or that you're hooking up with or whatever the fuck, that you have access to them, that you're able to snoop on them. And whether it's looking in their phone or looking through like their likes on Twitter, which I'm guilty of. If you know me, I've looked through your likes on Twitter. To be honest. I feel like in the back of your mind, everyone's just afraid of being deceived and afraid of like having their heart broken. And sometimes you do that shit to like feel a little bit secure, you know, because anxiety is the devil.
Snooping, I guess it can, so okay, personally, I've never gone through a guy's phone. So like that type of snooping, I have never done just because I'm scared. I don't want my feelings to be hurt. You know, like what I don't see won't hurt me. Yeah, I'm staying away from that. But if it's like something that's like, oh, you know, let me go creep real quick on his page, because you know females are really good at being detectives, and personally I can find anything out if I really wanted to. And I think we just do it because women have very good intuition, and I think we know when something is up. We just like feel it in our vaginas. We just know something's wrong. Some females just snoop because, let's be real, they're insecure. Like if their ex is with someone new, they're gonna snoop on that girl's page because they want to know. And I've been there before. There's nothing wrong with being insecure about that, especially if you love that person. But yeah, I think we be bored sometimes.
We can't believe this nigga has the audacity to flirt with someone who might look better than we do. And a lot of other women snoop to prove themselves that all guys are the same. And my mom always says, you look for trouble, you find it. You get into one relationship, and the first act of snooping, when you get into that next relationship, you don't even realize subconsciously you wanna like prove that your ex, that you're a new man is just like your ex. And of course, social media is for the public, do what you gotta do. But if you're in a connection with someone and you claim to love someone, being invasive, going through their phone, and like I've been there. I feel like once you reach a point in life where you're secure within yourself and you meet someone who doesn't trigger you to snoop, you can only control yourself. And so that's just up to you to take the red flag and to dip out. But if you stay, it never ends well. So just do yourself a favor. If you have to snoop, don't be with that person. Like that's severe trust issues.
I feel like girls snoop because I feel like they're broken. Like, not broken in a bad way, but I feel like they dealt with so much ain't shit niggas. Like, and it's like, it's hard for them to actually trust, like, the person they're with. So it's like, I feel like I have to snoop. I don't blame them because it's like, people be like, if you look for something, you'll find it. I hope you find it because I'd rather you find it than be left in the dark and being with somebody who's really not for you. So I think they just snoop because their trust been broken in the past. Like
insecurities, they're not sure of the relationship or situationship, or their sneaky link or whatever they want to call that person, significant other. They're not sure, and it's insecurities always.
I learned the hard way, don't snoop because you're gonna get your feelings hurt. But sometimes girls snoop because they want to know if their man's doing something that they have an intuition on. But when it comes to snooping, just know that you're gonna find something that's gonna hurt you. So don't do it. Let it just come to light itself.
We're curious. Well, I personally snoop if I really feel like I have to. Like, if you're giving me something or feel like, why are you being so sneaky for it? Because I am a very, very open person. Like, I'll tell you what it is, what you want to know. But yeah, I'll be like, wait, what are you really doing that you can't tell me? So I'll snoop.
Personally, I don't snoop. Okay, let me rephrase that. Because I've definitely snooped with social media, but I don't bring it up. I just act petty. If you're like searching through their phone, I don't know how to bring that up. I don't know if you can bring that up, you know, unless they're cheating on you. Then you can be like, bitch, what the fuck is this? But if not, you kind of just gotta leave it. Like, you gotta take that L, buddy.
When I snoop and I find something, ooh. I mean, I always bring it up because, of course, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm dumb or something, or, you know, be taken for a fool. So, like, when I bring it up, I do it, like, in a way that it's just, like, it casually comes up. Because, you know, you're not mad. I'm not mad. We're not mad here. That's, of course, not. So, you just gotta, you know, you gotta keep it cool, sis. Like, I'm telling you, you're gonna find stuff you don't like, and you got to keep your cool, because, you know, we're not crazy. Not yet.
If I get caught, I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah, I did it. Yeah, bitch, I was looking through your shit. You shouldn't have gave me your fucking password if you didn't want me looking through your shit. I just own up to it. Like, okay, and be honest about, like, why you did it. Don't be like, oh, don't say some dumb shit. Like, if you're worried that someone's cheating on you, tell them that you're worried that they're cheating on you. You know? Like, if you're snooping because you're bored and because you're just a nosy bitch like me, then tell them I was bored and I'm a nosy ass bitch. I'd be curious. Like,
when my ex was snooping through my phone, she just making things hot, like, in terms of, like, bring up the conversation and then ask me if I recall how it went, and now trying to, like, bring in her new knowledge and to make it hot and pressure me into, like, saying something without me knowing that she knows. So that was one way it's brought up. The reaction to that, I think, is just anger, and they're upset because, you know, they've been lied to, and they haven't been lied to, but they're being caught up. So now it's like, why are you going through these extremes? Now they look like a crazy person, so now they're even more upset. So I think regardless of that, females are just gonna be upset.
You gave them reason to snoop. Like, a girl doesn't just snoop unless she's cuckoo already. Like, you must have started dating her and knew she was cuckoo. But if you were dating someone and then she just randomly starts snooping, like, you gave her that reason to start snooping. So, I mean, she's not the problem.
Old me, not 2021 me, because I've grown, but old me would be really petty about it, and, like, you know, like, say it's a comment on a picture that some girl left and they responded to, I would, like, text them with that comment. Like, if it said superstar, like, hey superstar, you know, I would hit him up like that, like, on some petty shit. But now I've learned, you know, like, communication is key. So if it is someone that I'm trying to be serious with, I will communicate that with them, like, hey, I saw this thing and it bothered me. Can you reassure me, or is it what I think it is? Or, you know, and then based off of how I feel about that, off of my intuition, I will choose to believe them or not. Usually I don't believe them because I got trust issues.
I usually just bring it up right after I find it. I'll be like, what is this? But that was back in the olden days. I don't snoop anymore. Like, that shit is old to me. Like, it's gonna happen. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I feel like with me, I'm very honest, and I'll let you know everything that I'm doing and what's going on with me. I would expect the same honesty.
Say that I found, like, a girl's number in his phone and they're texting. I'd be like, oh, so you met any new friends? Like, who are you talking to now? Like, I just question him about that, and then if he lies in my face, I know, like, I went through your phone and I see it. So just question him.
I'll just leave. It's either I act normal until I'm gone one day, or I'm just gone. Yeah. Or I'll just really flat the fuck out. Like, if it's that fucking, like, really, my nigga, like, really, you're really gonna try to play me like that? Why'd you do this? And then they're just like, why'd you? No, we're not even gonna address that fact. We're gonna address this one, and then we can get there. And I'm gonna flat out tell you because I felt like you were doing it, and you were. So now you know, and now you can feel like you're stupid, and then I'm gonna leave still. Ultimately, I'm gonna leave.
Let's say I found like a DM. We gonna bring that up first thing in the morning. I will let you sleep, but first thing in the morning, I'm gonna ask you who that is. Go for it. At least I'll let you rest, like, for real.
If you gotta let a little fart go, yeah, blow it up.
And it's like kind of like hashtag like I almost got roofied.
Like, I've never been in a crash, but if you see my rims, they might say otherwise.
And rock right up to the